This is KGW News at Sunrise.
My identity in a religious way is like being attacked.
That Lewis and Clark student is talking about pro-Palestinian messages spray painted on buildings across campus at Lewis and Clark. He's Jewish and says the graffiti is making him and other students like him feel unwelcome. Now he's calling for more support from the school.
And with hundreds of refugees from around the world now calling the Rose City home, we have more on how you can help them start a new life here.
And this morning we are live on Franklin Street in Vancouver. Eric Patterson behind the camera giving us a spooky start to the morning. Folks in that neighborhood going all out. Ooh, oh my goodness. Getting scared this Tuesday morning. Awesome decorations, by the way. Always love seeing how people go all out.
Yeah, this house has been decorating for like 35 years. So if you want to go check it out, we'll give you more later. But they're open from like 6 to 9, I believe, through the 30th, and then a little longer on Halloween.
That's that same area that goes all out for Christmas, too.
Yeah, I love it.
They're very festive up there.
Yeah.
You said you got caught in one of the downpours yesterday afternoon.
It rained so hard, so fast.
We've got video coming up. We're also going to talk about there were 2 severe warnings issued yesterday. One for Clackamas County for wind. A tornado warning was issued for Clark County, none of which ever panned out anything. The wind threat seemed to stay aloft. Thankfully.
Yes.
We'll get more into that coming up. This is the Wells Fargo building. This is kind of cool. Look at what the story is this morning. Yeah, that's fog. So the rain is over, the winds are calm, temperatures have dropped, and the fog has popped. 51 degrees is the temperature outside. Everything shaded on the map is some sort of reduced visibility. I can tell you when I drove through Delta Park on I-5 coming in from Vancouver this morning, it was about as thick as I've ever seen it. There's misty spots out there because of the dense fog, so you might find a little bit of moisture in the air as you're coming in this morning as well. So we're dealing with the fog, 51 degrees. Sunshine is coming, 59 at noon. I have today's high at 68. Back to you.
Rob, thank you. President Biden is set to travel to Israel tomorrow in a show of support. Its military is planning a ground assault on Gaza after Hamas attacked Israel 10 days ago. So far, the war has killed more than 4,000 people. Thousands trying to escape the violence have made their way to the southern border crossing with Egypt. However, it remains closed despite efforts by U.S. diplomats. Here's journalist and longtime NBC correspondent Martin Fletcher.
A fear that this could become a wider spread war. The idea that in the north is Hezbollah from Lebanon could attack Israel too, a two-front war. That's something that would be extremely different and difficult for Israel to handle. Hezbollah fighting from the north, potentially supported by Iran, with the American fleet off the Israeli shores potentially getting involved too. So the fear of a wider spread war in the region is real and unprecedented.
You can catch the full interview with Fletcher and the latest on the war coming up on the Today Show. And stay with KGW and NBC News for the latest developments. We will post updates on KGW.com and the KGW app.
Pro-Palestinian graffiti was found on multiple buildings at Lewis and Clark College, and the messages that were spray painted have some students feeling unwelcome. Devin Haskins is live near the campus this morning. And Devin, what's the school saying about all this?
Yeah, KGW asked the school for some comment. They never got back to us, but they did send an email to students saying that campus security spotted 2 people around 2 a.m. yesterday morning spray painting buildings. They say they tagged a couple campus-owned vehicles as well as multiple buildings and a bridge here on campus. A student here at Lewis and Clark College sent KGW this video. You can see the graffiti covering multiple academic buildings. There was a wide range of messages, much of it pro-Palestinian, others using curse words directed at the college. There was one in particular that really upset one Jewish student that KGW talked with. They said the graffiti makes him feel unwelcome on campus, especially given the protests and messages on social media around the Israel-Hamas war. He did not want to be identified for fear of retaliation.
I mean, I'm Jewish, so kind of sucks to I don't know, I've been to Israel, I have family and friends there. It's a really complicated situation, right? Not that, saying Free Palestine is anti-Semitic. It's not. But what goes around with it, and like what people have been posting and all that kind of stuff, gives off that I'm not really welcome here.
Now, in that same email to students, the school also said that removing the graffiti, they understand that it'll take some time. So as the students head back to class again this morning, they're going to have to walk past some of that graffiti that's still on those buildings.
Thank you, Devin. Well, a local charity is asking for help finding temporary housing for refugees from Ukraine, Afghanistan, and Central America. Catholic Charities says it's resettled more than 200 people during the past year, and it expects far more in the future. It's now asking local property owners to consider offering spare rooms and homes for temporary housing.
There's a lot of our refugees that have been in camps for 10 to 20 years, so they never had a stove, or they don't even know how to use a restroom or stuff like that. So even just providing that bed and that space for them to feel safe, that means a lot.
Catholic Charities says it's looking for people who can help for between 3 and 6 months. We have details up right now at KGW.com.
The union representing Portland public school teachers is set to hold one last mediation meeting with the district today. If they can't reach a deal, teachers could approve a strike later this week. The union says more than 80% of members support a strike. If Portland teachers do approve a strike, they would still have to give 10 days notice, meaning October 30th is the earliest possible day that one could start. All PPS schools would close during a strike. The district says it'll have some options available, though, for families who rely on schools for food and childcare.
Well, as you pass by the Willamette River, you may have noticed some green stuff floating on the surface. Some people worried it was another toxic algae bloom, but it's not. We asked the DEQ about this, and officials took water samples. They found the green sludge is just plant material stirred up by the return of the rain.
Okay, so speaking of the rain, right now at least it's drier, but this is what much of the area was seeing yesterday. Look at all that water. This is a bit of pounding rain and all the water resulting from it on Southwest 6th and Columbia. Lots of heavy rain, wind, even a tornado warning that you heard Rod talking a little bit about in Clark County. Sunrise reporter Devin Haskins recorded this in front of his house in Vancouver. So lots of standing water. Brenda, I know, got caught in a huge downpour as well. A lot of people did.
Now, point of clarification, as far as I know, there was no wind down low. It was all rain. A bit confusing because you also read that we had the tornado warning in Clark County. That was radar indicated rotation on the radar. As soon as it popped up, it was quickly dropped. And then there was a severe thunderstorm warning for Clackamas County because of radar indicated high winds. That was also quickly dropped, and it appeared there was no reports of anything at the surface. So the wind stayed aloft. So we really razor thin dodged a bullet yesterday, but the rain was really something. It took that much rain to catch us up to normal. We're back to normal for the month of October. Let's take a look at some of the more heftier rain amounts. Now, remember, we had the rain ban in the morning. That dropped about 1/4 to 4/10 of an inch of rain. So, and then you add to those amounts, and you come up with these totals for the day. Downtown Portland, 1.19. That's here at KGW. Astoria, just shy of an inch. PDX had a record for the date at 0.79 inches. Our October total is now 1.66. Normally we get about 3.5 for the entire month, so we're up to normal for this date of the month. Vancouver had 65 100ths, McMinnville 1/2 of an inch, and clearly I've seen all kinds of reports on social media of people with their private rain gauges saying we got over an inch. I saw one report up around Sandy of pushing 4 inches of rain. So some incredible rain amounts with those downpours that came in yesterday afternoon. Anyway, all of that is long gone. We're watching this fetch of cloudiness out in the Pacific this morning. This, you can see on radar showing a little bit of moisture up around the Long Beach Peninsula. It's possible there could be a little bit of a trace of moisture across Cowlitz County and up into Castle Rock, it looks like, this morning with that passing. But generally, we are dry, and we have the morning. Here's the morning fog. That is, I think that's the top of the coin tower, actually. We have the dense fog from the top of the Wells Fargo building looking down over the city. It's really thick out there in spots, producing some mist as well. So you might have to flip on those windshield wipers coming in this morning. If you're going to be biking in, I would have a jacket to keep you dry. 49 in Salem, 51 out in Pilton, 48 degrees in John Day. A dense fog morning with misty spots turning into an afternoon sunny day. Temperatures will be mid to upper 60s. Winds absolutely light all areas today, including the coast, including the gorge, including the valley. This shows Vancouver getting up to about 68 degrees. I have Portland at 68. And then we're all dry. I've taken the rain chance out of Saturday, so we're all dry. Assuming we get enough sun, we'll be up into the 70s the next couple of days. We still have rain on Sunday, and that could linger into Monday. Whew, I had so much to talk about. Back to you.